Hi, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. Welcome to the OpenAI GPT-3 Online Hackathon. Thank you all for taking the time and joining us today. My name is Karen, and I have the pleasure of being your MC and your host for this weekend. So, starting today, Friday, we're going to spend quite some time together, especially tomorrow, Saturday, and on Sunday. And I'm quite curious to see the outcomes of your team. So this exciting hackathon is organized and brought to you by Deep Learning Lab by NextGrid AI. And I have Jacob here with us, who's going to share with us a bit more about Deep Learning Labs and especially NextGrid AI. Jacob? Fantastic. And I think this hackathon is really a great opportunity, not only for AI specialists to get a deep dive into AI, but for anybody who may have never really been in contact with AI but is curious about it to find out about it in a fun way. So thank you so much, Jacob, to you and the rest of the team, of course, for organizing that. So what do we have planned for you this weekend? As mentioned, this hackathon lasts from today, Friday, until Sunday afternoon. So today we're going to give you a brief introduction about the challenge, the different phases of the challenge. You get to meet our judging panel and mentors, very key people for you for this weekend, and of course, our sponsors. Then Adrian will introduce you to GPT-3. It's a super exciting platform. You can spend hours or days on it to really understand what it has on to offer. And then afterwards, you're going to learn about LabLab AI and how to use Discord for this hackathon. And after 7 p.m., you then get to meet your peers, your teammates, and form your team. Tomorrow, the work is primarily for you. So we'll start off with an interesting session with Pavel on startup growth strategies. Then you get a chance to play with DALI 2, which is the world's most powerful image generating AI system. For those of you who have already seen a few interesting outcomes online, some of them are extremely impressive, and some of them are very, well, I would say, interesting. And then, of course, the whole day is dedicated for you to work on your concepts and, of course, to work on the prototype that you get the chance to show us then on Sunday. And the mentors are available for you throughout the whole day of Saturday, and I'll soon introduce to you the mentors. And then Sunday is the big day, the most important day. This is where you get a chance to shine. At around 3:45 p.m., we would ask you to submit your presentation to us. And then from 4 p.m. onwards, we get to meet you, your team, and hear about your presentation. And of course, the judges will be involved as well to evaluate your outcome, to ask you some very interesting questions. And then we will announce the winners. All right, so this is the overview. Let me go a bit more into depth on what this AI hackathon offers you. What could be the different benefits you can gain by participating in it? Well, first of all, you get a chance to explore AI technology using GPT-3, which is a very interesting platform, a very interesting application, also a very useful application for you as a participant, not only during the hackathon, but maybe also afterwards in your work, in your studies, in your daily life. The very important part as well, and I hope you get a chance to make use of it, you get a chance to network with like-minded individuals like you, with tech and innovation enthusiasts. You, of course, get to work within your team, but maybe you also get a chance to connect with peers from other teams. And you get a chance to work in a team, which is also always quite exciting, especially working remotely. Maybe you're going to get a chance to work with someone you haven't even met in real life yet. and you get a chance to work under time pressure, creating a prototype. And as you'll see soon, we have really interesting mentors for you that are helping you throughout the hackathon, and you get a chance to learn from them as well. Let's take a closer look at the challenge. So in order for you to get a better understanding of how this process works, we have divided it into 6 stages. So today you create your team on LabLab AI, and Jacob, or Cuba, how his nickname is, gonna tell you a bit more in a few minutes how this platform. You also get, of course, to meet your team on Discord. And I would appreciate if you can come up already with a team name, because of course we can call you team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. But if you come up with a funky team name, that makes the whole thing even more exciting. Now, the first thing we ask you to do, the first task, so to say, for you as a team, is to come up with different kind of concepts for solutions. So this can be 2, 3, 4 different versions. You then discuss them with the mentors, you get feedback from them, they give you guidance. And as soon as you are cleared from the mentors, you get the green light, so to say, you can start working on your prototype. And then on Sunday, which I'm really, really curious about, you get a chance to present your prototype. All right, as mentioned, today you get a chance to meet on Discord to create your team. This is how the structure looks like. If you need any support, I'm soon going to mention as well how you can find us and how you can reach out to us. The third and fourth stage, as mentioned, this is your brainstorming time. So this is where you come up with different concepts for solutions that are based on OpenAI GPT-3. So this can be anything. Last time we hosted this hackathon, we had students that looked at solutions that were relevant for them, that was relevant maybe for their future job search, or solutions that are relevant for any challenge that you see in the society where you think OpenAI GPT-3 could be a great model. So you conceptualize the different services, the products, and you discuss them with the mentor. So this is the first stage, which is very, very important. And you can tag the mentors. I'm going to soon introduce to you the names, or you can just use hashtag I need help. And this is where you then also get support by the mentors. Once you have the green light, so once your concept has been approved, then you start building the prototype. So you will have multiple concepts, but then you just build one prototype, which you will then present to us on Sunday. And you will have around 5 minutes. So each team will have 5 minutes to present. And it's up to you whether you decide if one of your team members going to present or all of you, as long as you stick to the 5 minutes. And I said your deadline to submit the presentation is 3:45 p.m. on Sunday. So 15 minutes before we start and introduce you to the stage. All right. So as mentioned, this is 5 minutes, and you can either have one person presenting or more than one. Now, I've mentioned the judges and the mentors quite a few times, and I'm really excited to introduce them to you now. We have Irvin, and actually, Irvin, you're with us on the stage.
Yes, I'm here right now. My name's Irvin Moore.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time. So yeah, you're based out of Colorado.
Yes, I just got my master's in AI and ML, and I'm moving on to my PhD in computer science. I've completed a handful of GPT-3 projects, so I can help with some applied research in this field.
That's fantastic. And what is the most exciting part you look forward to for this hackathon? What do you expect to see on Sunday?
It's always interesting to just see like new solutions and new ideas. There's always just room for improvement in this field, so I can't wait to see the new innovations.
Fantastic. And last question, do you have any advice for the teams? Anything they should keep in mind for the next 2 days when they're working on their concepts and prototypes?
In the planning phase, I would recommend just staying open-minded, kind of write down, jot ideas before just committing, and then have a handful of options to look at.
Fantastic. Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and also being part of the mentors and judging panel. I mean, given your background, you're a true expert in this field. So I think the
Thanks.
participants learn a lot from you. Thank you so much, Erin.
Thank you.
We also have Adrian, one of the judges and mentors. You soon get to meet Adrian today. Pavel, who is the co-founder of New Native, and Matthias, who is the CEO and co-founder of NextGrid and New Native. So a really brilliant panel of judges and mentors who will support you throughout the whole hackathon. All right. You might also want to know, well, how do the judges evaluate your prototype? And we have defined 6 evaluation criteria. The first one is the degree of completion. I mean, 2 days sound like a lot of time, but as we all know, time flies. And we really want you to have a prototype that is completed that you can present to us on Sunday. We also look at your presentation style. You know, presenting online is different than presenting in person. And we just want to see how comfortable you are, how good you are in delivering. Of course, it's very important for any kind of solution. What is the value it brings to the market? So where can it be applied? What is the feasibility, so to say? The next 3 criteria are, first of all, how innovative is your solution? Is it something that maybe is in the market? Is it something that's not necessarily new? Or is it something that's truly original and innovative? How realistic is it to be implemented, to be scaled? And of course, we're looking as well at the overall impression. So those are the 6 evaluation criteria, and the 4 judges I mentioned earlier will follow this criteria when evaluating your presentation and your prototype on Sunday. All right, and this is the big prize. Thank you so much for DigitalOcean for being again our sponsor for this hackathon. We have received $2,000 worth of credit, which we will distribute among the members of the top 3 teams. So that's truly an amazing prize. And I'll introduce to you DigitalOcean a bit more on Sunday before we get to meet you again and before we see your prototypes. But $2,000 worth of credit of DigitalOcean. So thank you so much for our sponsor. All right. So how do you find us if you need help? Because of course you are not left on your own. We don't want you to feel lost. So if whenever you need help, you know, either use the hashtag I need help or directly message Cuber. Jacob, you have met him earlier today from Deep Learning Labs, and he's the first person who can then help you, and he will then guide you to his teammates if you need any further support. So hashtag I need help or direct message to Cuba. Well, having said this, this was the introduction. As mentioned, I'm really looking forward to seeing your prototypes on Sunday and also to seeing how your team experience was, how the team formation went, how it was for you to collaborate with others, individuals that you might have never met before in person. And I think all I can say is good luck and have fun. And yeah, I'm really curious to see your outcome on Sunday. Having said this, let me hand over to Adrian now, who is also one of the judges and mentors. Adrian, are you with us on stage?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Fantastic. Great. So Adrian, you are a data scientist at New Native.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, fantastic. And you will also be one of the judges and mentors.
That's right.
What is it that you are looking forward to the most?
I'm looking for the systems like Jarvis. I think from Iron Man. I hope one of the team can build the something like Jarvis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my goal.
Well, I love your high expectations because you know how they say you should shoot for the moon, even if you miss it, you land on the sun. So that's great. And what advice do you have for the participating teams?
My advice is similar advice which said Erwin to have open mind because the GPT-3 is a really powerful tool and we can do a lot of things there. So just be open-minded and try everything.
Fantastic. And this is the right keyword, GPT-3. You're now going to give us an insight into how this platform works. So handing over to you, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, do you see my presentation? Okay, great. So good morning, everyone. I have a pleasure to talk about the real magic of AI. I would like to describe how GPT-3 works. And my name is Adrian Manachowicz. I work for New Native Group as a data scientist. My team uses GPT-3 every day. So I'm going to show you what you can do with AI like this. As a first example, yesterday we said birthday wishes for our leader by Discord bot, which is connected with GPT-3. So GPT-3 is a generative pre-trained transformer, which is able to understand the text. GPT-3 can create, compile, edit, insert, and classify a text, code, or even emojis. Before I show you how to use the GPT-3, I would like to say a few words about existing applications which are using GPT-3. And Codex is a system built also by OpenAI. It allows to create JavaScript code by text. And I can show you a simple game which was created in 8 sentences. And this game is like Snake. And I create this just using this 8 sentences. So it's really powerful to create a lot of websites, a lot of tools just with some phrases. The other tool is DALL-E. It's also created by OpenAI. And DALL-E can create images which are described by you. And last time I wrote this sentence to DALL-E, and it's generate the images like this in just 30 seconds. So it's really fast to generate a lot of images. The OpenAI, one of the team from OpenAI also prepare GPT-3 to resolve the math problems, and they create the AI which can resolve problems like a kid from 9 to 12 years old. So it's really amazing. And now I will show you how you can first log in to OpenAI. So you have to go to the page beta.openai.com. Now you have to sign up by your email. Then you have to sign up. You have to write your email. Then you have to activate your account. And because OpenAI is giving $83 for everyone, you have to write your phone number to activate the account. And when you log in, you will be able to open Playground, where you can do whatever you want. For example, we can write asking for a recipe for a cake. Right? A cake. And we got the ingredients, instructions, and other stuff to create some cake. But I don't recommend to use it. But there are another option, like you can write a recommendation for your friend. Right. And now we can try to translate it to the Greek. And with GPT-3, we can first generate our recommendation, and then we can translate it to the language which we want. Also, we can summarize some text. For example, I will copy some text about Jupiter, and we can summarize this text. For example, a second grade student. And it also just in few seconds summarized all text. We can put here the whole articles from the Forbes, for science, or whatever we want. We can also create chats, and we have to do the same. Just write some instruction for him, and because this neural network, it's working better when they have some data. So firstly, we can give him some patterns like this one, and then we can write what is AI, and Marv should answer this question in sarcastic response. Like this, we have the answer in sarcastic way. The other thing, we can, for example, convert our code from one language to another. For example, we can convert from JavaScript to Python, again, just with few comments. And we have a code in Python from JavaScript. I really like this example. So with emojis, that we can convert move titles to emojis. And for example, we can create emojis for Star Wars. Yeah, sometimes it's working better, sometimes it's worse. And to make it better, sometimes it's good to take bigger temperature. Yeah, and now I think it's a little better. The really useful thing is to list something from the text. For example, we can, for example, we want to list all vegetables from the text, from some story, for example. And now we just have to copy the text, paste, and the GPT-3 find the vegetables inside this text. And we can try to find it, and it exists in text 2 times. Also, GPT-3 allows us to classify the text. And This is from our system. We're using this command, this prompt in our Discord bot when we want to end our conversation with our bot. So if someone write here, thanks for that, goodbye, it should return bye. Yes, sorry, bye. Yes. And if you write some tips for him, it will works better. So, for example, if someone thank you, that probably say yes, and it's yes when I say it. Thank you for that. Goodbye. So you can use it GPT-3 also to classify the text. How what is the bias of the message? Yes. And this is only the playground, but we can also use it inside our code. We can create this in Python or in JavaScript. And to do this, we have to go to the documentation. And inside documentation, we have quick start tutorials. We have text, some guides, API reference. And I will show you how you can create the simple application with OpenAI and with Streamlit to this is the library to display, to build a web application very fast. So firstly, we have to open our Python code, and firstly we build the our web application. So to do this, we have to import a library like Streamlit. To install it, just write pip install Streamlit. I have already, so I will not install it. And then to create the web application, you have to write comments like, for example, st header and some header gpt. And now if we run it, sorry, run it by the command streamlit run interface, it will create the simple application like this, just with GPT-3 application. A lot of stuff what we can do exactly in Streamlit are in documentation, and there are a lot of different things like charts, like tables, like maps, like selections. So you can check it. But when we back to our application, so now we have some header, and we to connect with our GPT-3, we have to have API key, and this API key we can get from the website. We have to go to the our profile, the API keys, API key, create new secret key, create, then copy it, and you can use it inside your Python code. But because this is API key and nobody can see it, we can do it like this. We can create input in our application like text input, name it with type password. Then we can create some other header, for example, st header, and we can create, for example, chatbot with our Marv bot. And then we have to create another text input when we write some question for him. So another one more time, it will be here. We have to have a variable API. Okay, and now we have to create our GPT-3 object. So we can create a new Python file, GPT-3. We add to the GitHub, and to create it, we have some example on the documentation in OpenAI, beta OpenAI, and here we can find how to build it with Python and how to build it with JavaScript. So to create it, we have to first import OpenAI library, and again we have to install it by pip, and then we can create the class GPT-3 GPT def, and here we can put API key. And this allows us to connect with the GPT-3 by requests. And then we have to create some engine. So def GPT-3 temperature and prompt. And then we have just to copy it from the documentation, the correct comment. And we have some engine, DaVinci 002, some prompt, which will be from the function, temperature, and max tokens. Max tokens is how long should be text as a output. So in this 10 lines, we have created our GPT-3 engine, which we can create in our application. So GPT-3 is equal and our API key. So now we need some prompt, and to do this we can also create a new file, name prompt, also add to GitHub, and here we can just copy it from our example, the text for our bot. But first we have to define our function, like from question and answers, and question as input, as argument. Then return as a string with f. And then you question and Marv will answer on this question. So we have a prompt for our engine. And now we have to create a button, and to create a button is just another simple comment like if st button, for example, answer. So if someone click this button, the function will, the if will run. And here we can write GPT-3, temperature, for example, 0.8, and our prompt is, we have to import it from prompt. And our question for Marv. And in this way, we create our application, which can send a question and get the answer from the bot. Yes. And first we have to put some firstly, you have to write our API key. Give me a second. I have to log in one more time for some reason. I copy it. It's invisible. And now we can ask some question, for example, like before what is AI? And answer. It's we can see that there was sent the request to OpenAI. And okay, we don't we sent the but we didn't display this on our web application. So one more time, st write in the square, and we can save it and back to the our application, return, and now it should, or it's running. Yeah, we have the sarcastic answer from our bot. We can, for now, this is just on our local server, so only for us. But we can also display this. We can deploy this on the server of Streamlit. And to do this, we have to first send this to our GitHub account. So we have to comment our changes. But first we have to add some requirements. New file. Add our two libraries. So in our version is OpenAI and Streamlit. Do check which version you have of some libraries. It's easy. You have to write stream. Yeah, and yeah, it's even newest version. But we can stay with Streamlit 1.8 and OpenAI 18. And we can save it. And now we can commit it to our and push it to our repository. So git -f to add all files, -m to get message. And now everything is on the GitHub in the repository GPT-3 Hackathon. And now we can log in to the website share streamlit and here we can log in by our GitHub account and create new application. And we have to choose our repository, branch, and name of the application. So in our situation is interface. Yeah, and we can deploy it. We can see that it's preparing some systems, it's cloning repository, it will install the Streamlit and OpenAI. So when it's working, I can show you our solution for our Discord bot. And we connect the Discord bot with GPT-3, and just by pinging our bot, we can, for example, do the same thing what we can do in Playground, but plus some other function like who are you? Yeah, he answered that he working for new native company, and he is from the USA, but now is living in Poland. Because we prepared him to answer like this on a question like this. For example, we can also talk with him. For example, we can ask, can we talk? And in our situation, when we ask him, can we talk, he is changing the mode to conversation, and now he remember what we write in our talk. For example, we can ask him to write for my friend Laszlo. Yeah, and he writes some wishes for Laszlo. And now we can end our conversation mode by writing thanks for that. Send me to Discord. Goodbye. And now it should end our conversation. And when it's information that sent me to the Discord or something like that, please send or whatever you want, it's sending this whole conversation to my Discord message. And also it works when we want to send some email, but this is one of the options. And the really amazing option is to make unstructured data readable for this bot. So we put as an input the unstructured data with a lot of emails, phone numbers, names, BIOS, and so on. And now we can write what is email of Adrian, and as a return, it should, yeah, we have my email from a database which is unstructured, so it finds in this data my email. So now I think we can back towards our Streamlit. Again, I will copy API key, sorry. And again, I can ask a question, what is AI? Ask IBM, for example. And this link I can send to you and to everybody, and can open and work work with my application. So in I think in 15 minutes, I create the simple application which is deployed on the server, which is connected with GPT-3, which can answer on the questions. Yes, and this is everything what I prepare for you. If you have any question, you can ask me by Discord, and I will help you.
Thank you, Adrian, for this interesting presentation. So now for the last part of the of our introduction, I would like to show how to use our website, our LabLab platform, because it's an important part of our hackathon. So first, if you haven't done it yet, please enroll to an event so you will be able to proceed. And after you do it, press dashboard. This is current event dashboard. First, what you want to do when you enter this dashboard, fill your profile information. This is very important. As can you see, my profile is very cool. I bet you don't have a better profile than mine. And all the information in my profile is filled, and I recommend for you to do the same. And after your profile is filled, go to event, create a team, deep learning labs, team, and if you are looking for team members, so you don't have teammates yet, please leave it open. So when you, for example, when you don't have a team and don't want to create one, look, here is a team with one person who's looking for teammates. And you can just press join a team and you'll be in team with this person that has no name because they didn't fill the information in their profile. But yeah, as can you see, there are some teams that are looking for team members, and if you don't want to join, you can create your own team. And one more thing, when you after you create a team, here is your dashboard. You enter settings, and you can of course set up the team image, communication channels. So when you go to Discord, to Deep Learning Labs profile, the Deep Learning Labs server, here are team rooms dedicated for all the teams to communicate. So if you decide to take one of these rooms, like these rooms are for you, as can you see, there are quite a lot, and we can add if there are more teams than 12. Create an invitation link to this, exactly to this channel, and put it here in communication channel. So all your teammates will know that this channel is for you to communicate. And one more thing, it's a pro tip while using Discord. You have open chat function. So here you can communicate with your team, send files, everything. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is hackathon knowledge base. Here is all the information that you will need to participate in the hackathon. All the links, get started guides, how to use LabLab platform, how to use Discord, very important information about GPT-3. Here are the links that Adrian used in his presentation, and a lot more. You have tutorials, you have boilerplates. This is some pretty cool stuff that you can use in your project. So please read this knowledge base, because I believe it can help you in finishing your project. And okay, and last thing I forgot, in team profile, you can ask for mentor's help also here. So you have a choice. You can call for help when you need mentor's help, or you can just go to Discord and write in I need help channel. You can tag mentors, and they will receive the notification. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for attending this introduction. And your challenge now is to form a team, and I'm here to help you. So if you have any problems with the platform, with Discord, with anything, just write to me, Kuba Deep Learning Labs, on Deep Learning Labs Discord channel, and I'm sure I will help you. So again, thank you a lot for attending the hackathon. We're very excited to see what you'll be to see your project on Sunday. And yeah, we see each other tomorrow. Actually, we have 2 presentations tomorrow at 10 a.m. CEST. So goodbye and good luck.